Hi, my name is Veronica McNair, and I'd like to explain what Summit County Children's Services has really done for me. About 8 years ago, I had an open case with Children's Services, and I was suffering from mental health. I had a brief psychotic break, is what the doctors explained, and according to them, I needed a break. I needed help. I needed some resources in order to support my daughter. I was holding on to a lot of pain and a lot of bitterness and a lot of unforgiveness. I was recently divorced and bitterly a single mom, carrying the weight of the world. I was in the hospital. I met with an intake worker, and she was so kind, and she was reassuring that they were really there to help and that she would make sure that I got a caseworker that cared and that they were going to help me pick up the pieces one by one, no matter how long it took. And I was afraid because I didn't know how long it would take for me to recover, how long it would take for me to be able to be home and take care of my daughter. So when I met my caseworker, Christina Snyder, she was so kind, and she was the one I went to help me. She explained a lot of information. She gave me a case plan. That case plan was foolproof. With her support and the way she became a part of my family, she redirected the direction of my life. Like, I was literally on a downward spiral, and she picked me up and she kind of gave me something to stand on. I am far better off. I learned so much with my involvement in the agency. They were able to connect me to so many resources and support for single moms. We need a lot of support. It takes a village, so we need a lot. And Summit County Children's Services became a part of my village. After my case closed, within 9 months, I was pretty successful, and I had my daughter back. We reunified, and everything was going great. And I had moved on. I had fell in love with one of my childhood friends from church, and we got married. And I was pregnant. And my caseworker, she called me and she was like, Veronica. I'm like, what is going on? I didn't do anything wrong. I thought the worst at first. But she was like, no, I'm calling you because we need you. We need your help. And I said, well, okay, like with what? And she's like, oh, we have this support group that we're putting together, and we need facilitators here in Summit County. And I thought of you, and I want to recommend you. Would you be open-minded to that? And I said, yeah. And she explained the program, how I would pull together parents, and that I would be trained to help run a support group where other parents talk to other parents about their open case, about everything that they're facing. And it wasn't like you come together to bash the agency or to be negative, but to share tools in different ways that you got over certain things. And so I was totally interested, so I went to training. And then the following year, they actually made me a trainer. So I was able to train other parents, and I saw a movement. I saw a huge movement with parents changing their mind about the agency, with parents helping each other and supporting each other. It was beautiful. Succeed was like a little family.
Hi, my name is Erin Mills. I am the Ohio Start Family Peer Mentor. So back in 2014, I had been in active addiction for quite some time, and I got my second open case within a year with Summit County Children's Services. I think the biggest thing with when I had my open case was, I do believe that workers can make or break a case, and I had a worker that works with drug addiction, was very knowledgeable, non-judgmental, met me where I was at, and really just wrapped my family in resources and anything that could help to not only help get me sober, but bring my family back and whole together. My role now is for almost 3 years, I have been the Ohio Start Family Peer Mentor, and basically I am peered with one of the social workers in my unit. and we go out on cases and work with substance abuse and trauma-based cases, and I'm essentially the recovery coach for the families. The majority of our cases are substance abuse. There's a lot of substance abuse within the agency, and I think to be very knowledgeable in how to approach addiction, and I guess to be open-minded, you know, on understanding where they're coming from, and that, you know, it's sometimes not just children's services, sometimes they don't get better, you know, but just having that non-judgmental approach usually breaks down where the client will trust the worker more.
I'm Ashley. This is my son Silas. How I got involved with children's services is I was addicted to fentanyl for like, I don't even know, since I was like 15, and I didn't stop using when I got pregnant, which I knew better. I definitely should have, but I didn't. So when I had him, I still tested positive. So I did intake with a wonderful caseworker, and then I got involved with the START team, and they were just so great the whole time. I think the most helpful thing was getting me sober. I've been sober for over 2 years now. Getting me and my son back, that was the best. They, like I was saying, they individualized my recovery plan, so it was my own journey and not somebody else's. I feel like I've made a lot of good friends in recovery. I don't think I would have gotten any of the resources that I have now. Me and my son are back together. I still reach out to the START team and I talk to them here and there. I still donate stuff. I have started to mend relationships with my family. Me and my mom and my sister, well, all my siblings are getting really close. Like, I didn't think that was possible anymore. I have had nothing but wonderful experiences. The woman who did my intake, Kate, she was amazing. She was pregnant at the time, but she was amazing. She's the one who referred me to the START team. And with them, they are the best people I've ever met. Beth and Aaron are absolutely amazing. Like I said, I still talk to them all the time. Like, they have been just so wonderful in every way. I know a lot of people are scared of children's services. I know I was. From people in my position, I've heard a bunch of like really bad things, honestly. But that's not the case. Like, if you just do as they're asking, which is what is best for you, because they always want what's best for you and your child. If you just do what you're supposed to do, you're gonna be fine. Like, everything's gonna be great. And I still have the best relationship with my caseworker. Like, she's still absolutely amazing. She texted me right before I got here. I think my experience was a little different because, like, at first I was really hesitant to do what they were saying because I wanted to do my recovery my own way, which is exactly what ended up happening. But like, I don't know, I felt like I really needed that little kick. And I think it's really about like your willingness to listen to what's actually best for you, because sometimes we don't know what's best for us. We really don't, especially in like that position in super early recovery. Once I got everything straight and was doing everything I was supposed to be doing, everything went amazing. Everything has been great since. Honestly, I wouldn't change my experience at all. I've had the best experience with children's services.
Well, I was out here selling drugs. I was just doing the most. And they raided my house and they took my kids. Not once, but twice. I just felt like I can do what I want to do, say what I want to do. Just was a plain out liar. And my caseworker, I think I didn't like her because she seen straight through me. I got my kids back, they got reunited with me, and I still was out here doing the most. They got taken away from me again. I ended up doing 3 years in prison. I came home October 10th, 2016. I have not been in trouble since. I was in so many fights there. Them women are shrewd, especially the ones that ain't never coming home. And then I start signing up for every group you can think of. I got my GED, I got culinary arts. I was a chef getting paid $25 an hour before I messed up my knee. And I ended up buying a contract for $10,000. That's how I ended up having my cleaning company. But it's either, you could sign up for groups, or you could and be different, or you could come home the same. It's up to you. And that was my biggest goal, is to keep my kids together. It was my biggest fear, actually. I have 8 siblings, and all of us we were separated our whole entire life. Our whole entire life, and that was like my biggest fear. And I've overcome that. It goes so deep for me. It really do, because I really overcame a lot, you know? And I was talking to Abigail one day, and I was like, I would like to start a program, I don't know how, but to help mothers. Because I know I didn't have no support system. And then my kid's father, going through CSB, he didn't want to do the program. You know, it's a lot of stuff. I'm in a program called Succeed to help mothers reunite with their kids and any unanswered questions that they have. I'm not going backwards. I'm not going backwards for nobody.
Well, if you're a new caseworker, I would tell you to wear your heart on your sleeve. I would tell you to have your own support group. I would tell you to vent when necessary, because it's hard on both sides, I can only imagine. And I would say that your community thanks you, even though they never say it. Kids, they thank you. Parents, they thank you. And you may not ever hear it again, but we are grateful. We're grateful for you stepping in and helping redirect things and allowing our children to be safe.
A big part of this field is self-care. So making sure that if you are a worker that you're getting that self-care in, because it can break us down as well. But yeah, just, you know, I don't know. I always say take in all the trainings you can. There's always room for growth and to learn.
Going to a family's home, you have to be open-minded and also about their culture. Not being racist by far, but everybody's standards and everybody's situation is different. So I say be open-minded and never be judgmental.